Welcome back to Inside Sources. Today we are leading the show with two of my very important guests in the past from the United States who have shown considerable interest in certain human rights issues in our country, especially the Sunday Jackson death row case. But they will be commenting today also on what is happening in Plateau and Benue and give us some insight in some very specific things that is also happening in Kano State. So I'd like to welcome back to Inside Sources, on my immediate right, Mr. Emmanuel Ogebe, a US-based human rights lawyer, who is also a long-time Nigerian activist.
It's a pleasure to meet you
welcome
again.
Back to Inside Sources. Thank you. And with him, we have Pastor William Devlin, a US pastor and human rights, international human rights advocate, who has visited 19 countries, Nigeria being the 20th, pushing human rights advocacy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Great to see you. God bless you.
All right. So let's just start with you, Emmanuel. I know you are from Benue State, and in the last several weeks, the whole nation, and rightly so, has been gripped by the massacres and the killings, recurring, by the way, that has been happening in Plateau and Benue State. So I'd just like to open that conversation. What's your own take about this issue?
Well, I want to extend my condolences to the families of all those who lost loved ones during these heinous genocidal attacks of the past few weeks. In a space of about 2 weeks, in Benue and Plateau alone, 250 people were killed. And this was more than the fatalities in Gaza and more than the fatalities in Ukraine, the two most prominent ongoing civil conflicts in the world. Yeah. So we had a situation where there were more deaths in peacetime Nigeria than there were in wartime Gaza and Ukraine. And that should be a concern to us all. Now, in Benue State, one of the things we found on our recent, our current mission was that the killings were happening in broad daylight. The young men had gone to the farm, so the elderly and the kids were the ones who were at home. And they came there and started hacking people from hut to hut, Now, what was the saving grace in one of those communities was that an ambulance with siren was coming, bringing back a corpse. And the attackers heard it and thought it was military response and left.
This was specifically in
Benue. So my point is, if an ambulance could chase away terrorists, what would have happened if the actual military had responded? So we have...
Was this specifically the Zike attack?
No, this is Benue. Zike occurred in Plateau.
That's
yes.
Yeah.
Zike occurred in Plateau, and Dr. Devlin can talk about the Zike.
Yeah,
but state response actually will have an impact. It is when these people believe that they will operate unchallenged that they are able to do the worst.